Have you played Call of Duty recently? Like, specifically Black Ops 7? Because if you have, and you somehow made it past the always online campaign that kicks you for going AFK, yeah, we'll get to that nightmare in a second, you might notice something feels off. Actually, no, scratch that. Off doesn't even begin to cover it. Something is fundamentally broken in Call of Duty land, and I'm not talking about the servers, though those are broken too. For more than 20 years, Call of Duty has been this unstoppable force in gaming, an absolute juggernaut. The franchise has sold 500 million copies. 500 million. That's more than the population of North America. But its latest release, Black Ops 7, has kicked off what can only be described as a full-blown existential crisis. We're talking about a 1.7 out of 10 user score on Metacritic. Not 1.7 out of 5, out of 10. That's not a review score, that's a war crime. It's the lowest rated Call of Duty game in the entire history of the franchise, and the fanbase is in open revolt. So we're going to break down exactly how we got here, because this is a wild ride. What the hell is going on with Call of Duty Black Ops 7? So, on the surface, if you were just looking at the official PR channels, you'd think everything was fine. Business as usual. Right after launch, Activision's social media put out this really upbeat statement patting the developers on the back, thanking the fans for what they called a great response. You know, standard corporate cheerleading. But the players? Oh, they were telling a completely different story. A 1.7 user score on Metacritic, Steam reviews sitting at 44% positive, which Steam generously calls mixed, but you and I both know means mostly negative. And here's the kicker. Black Ops 7 launched with 84,000 concurrent players on Steam. You know how many Black Ops 6 had at launch? 306,000. That's a 70% player drop. 70%. That's jumping the shark, except they jumped so far they cleared the shark, landed on the other side, and kept running. How does a series that has sold 500 million games get here? What could possibly lead to this kind of meltdown? Well, buckle up, because we've got a lot to unpack. The campaign that cannot be paused. Okay, let's start with the single biggest, most baffling, most what were they thinking decision in Black Ops 7. The campaign. The single-player campaign. You know, the part of Call of Duty where you're supposed to be able to play alone, at your own pace, pausing whenever you need to because, I don't know, real life exists? You can't pause it. At all. I'm not joking. The campaign in Black Ops 7 is always online, which means it treats your solo experience like a Warzone match. And just like Warzone, if you go AFK for too long, the game kicks you. From the campaign. The single-player campaign. One Steam reviewer, and I quote, wrote in all caps, "The game kicks you for going AFK in campaign mode. It kicks you. I repeat, it kicks you." And the fun part there is chance a random dude appear on your story campaign because of this always online nonsense.
Are you in my game?
That's good advice, kid.
I don't know, man.
Goro Majima? Is that you?
Why are you in my game? I don't know who you people are.
And it gets worse. There are no manual saves, no reliable checkpoints. If you get kicked, or if your internet hiccups, or if you need to answer the door because your Amazon package arrived, guess what? You restart the entire mission. From scratch. The entire mission. But wait, there's more! The campaign is designed for 4 players co-op, but you can play it solo. Except, when you play solo, you still have to complete objectives designed for 4 people. No AI companions to help you. Just you, alone, planting C4 on 4 different buildings by yourself while the game's matchmaking system, which we'll get to, decides you're having too much fun and need to be punished. One reviewer described it perfectly. "I only buy Call of Duty to play the campaign, and this is absolutely terrible. This is such a 180 from Black Ops 6 that I wish I could get a refund." And you know what the campaign story is about? Well, it's basically a playable Skibbity toilet video. I am not making this up. Players are comparing the campaign to Skibidi Toilet. There's a boss fight against a giant Michael Rooker that people initially thought was AI generated because it looked too ridiculous to be real. Spoiler alert, it's real. This is what $70 gets you. The identity crisis. Which brings us to the fundamental identity crisis that's been brewing in Call of Duty for years now. But Black Ops 7 just cranked it up to 11. See, Call of Duty has been sold to us for over 2 decades as this gritty, realistic military shooter. That vibe is baked into its DNA. Even when the campaigns got a little fast and furious with the set pieces, there was still that core identity of being a military game, a war game. Several of the games are literally called Warzone. But then you boot up Black Ops 6 multiplayer and you find Beavis and Butthead, American Dad characters, Seth Rogen, Jay and Silent Bob. And these aren't adapted to fit the realistic aesthetic, they're cel-shaded cartoon characters. Like, Activision had to implement special cel shading tech just for these skins because nothing else in the game looks like that. Even Fortnite adapts its crossover characters to fit the art style. Peter Griffin gets Fortnite-ified. But in Call of Duty? Nah, we're just gonna slap cartoon characters directly into a gritty military shooter and call it a day. The tonal whiplash is staggering. The Black Ops series is known for its dark subject matter. These were games that were somehow even darker than Modern Warfare, dealing with Cold War conspiracies, mind control, and war crimes. And now you've got Beavis and Butthead running around. I mean, good for Kevin Smith for getting the bag with Jay and Silent Bob, but what? And look, I want to be clear here. In Fortnite, this makes perfect sense. Fortnite is cartoony. Everything is cartoony. The tone is consistent. But Call of Duty still rates itself mature, still deals with serious subject matter. The campaigns, when you can actually pause them, still try to be taken seriously. So when you jump into multiplayer and there's a cel-shaded Beavis teabagging you after a kill, it's jarring. Super jarring. This comment right here really gets to the heart of the problem. I wanted a game about wars, shooting, bombs, etc., but they made a game of fantasies, dreams, and nightmares. I miss the old Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Black Ops games. And honestly, that nostalgia is valid, because the old games were different. What made the golden era special? Let's talk about why people are so nostalgic for the 2007 to 2012 era of Call of Duty. And I'm not just talking about rose-tinted glasses here. There were legitimate design philosophies that made those games special. Modern Warfare 2 from 2009, Black Ops 2 from 2012. These games had identity. They knew what they were. The movement was simple. You sprinted forward, that's it. No diving in 8 directions, no sliding backwards, no omni movement, where you're doing backflips while quickscoping. You could predict where enemies were coming from. You learned the spawns. You learned the maps. Oh man, the maps. Terminal, Raid, Standoff, High Rise, Nuketown. These maps are legendary because they had personality. They had flow. The classic 3-lane design wasn't lazy, it was brilliant. Raid had the pool area, the central courtyard, the basketball court. Everyone knew the callouts. Everyone understood the map flow. You weren't getting spawn killed every 5 seconds because the spawn system actually made sense. And you know what else made sense? The progression system. You played, you unlocked stuff, you prestiged, you felt rewarded. No battle passes, no seasonal content drip feed, no $30 operator bundles. Customization came through gameplay. Your emblem, your calling card, your weapon camos, you earn them by playing the game, not by opening your wallet. The campaigns had memorable moments too. Modern Warfare 2 had No Russian. Controversial as hell, but memorable. Black Ops 2 had branching storylines and multiple endings. These were innovations that served the narrative, not gimmicks to sell cosmetics. And you could pause them. Revolutionary concept, I know. The monetization nightmare. Speaking of opening your wallet, Let's talk about how Black Ops 7 wants to reach into your wallet, pull out your credit card, and then also maybe ask for your bank routing number while it's at it. The game costs $70. $70. For a game that, according to the data, contains over $800 in microtransactions just across the first 2 seasons. $800. That's more than a PlayStation 5. That's a used car. That's 11 copies of the actual game. Let's break this down. The Battle Pass used to be a good deal. You'd pay $10, complete it, and get back what you paid plus 300 extra COD points. It was a little surplus you could save up for something else. Well, that's gone now. Now you just break even. You spend $10, you get $10 worth of points back. Wow, what a value proposition. It's like Activision learned about inflation and decided, you know what, let's apply that to our fake video game money. Then there's the Black Cell tier. That costs $30 per season. And it doesn't just give you cosmetics, it gives you XP bonuses that stack up to 50% after 5 seasons. That's not cosmetic, that's pay to progress. That's the definition of pay to progress. Individual bundles cost between $20 and $30. Some leaked bundles are hitting $33. $33 for a cosmetic set in a game that comes out every year. Like, these cosmetics have a 1-year shelf life before the next Call of Duty launches and everyone moves on. And you're charging $33? Oh, but it gets better. Or worse. Definitely worse. The Replacer Bundle. To get both skin variants, you have to buy the $30 Black Cell tier first, then buy the $30 Replacer Bundle separately. That's $60 for one complete cosmetic set. And if you buy them in the wrong order, you lose the Black Cell variant permanently. I mean, I'm impressed by the grift, honestly. That takes effort. That's advanced grifting. They even added a kill cam wishlist feature where you can add weapon blueprints to your wishlist directly from kill cams. Which sounds cool until you realize they removed the feature that let you copy enemy loadouts and replaced it with a button that says, "Hey, want to buy this?" It's literally just a monetization prompt disguised as a quality of life feature. A college newspaper called it out. Let's be very clear about something. Call of Duty, in its current monetization model, should be a free-to-play game. And you know what? They're right. Fortnite is free, Apex is free, Warzone is free, but you're charging me $70 for Black Ops 7 and then asking for $800 more? Get out of here. SBMM and EOMM, the manipulation engine. Now let's talk about the thing that's been driving Call of Duty players insane for years. Matchmaking. Specifically, skill-based matchmaking, or SBMM. Or, as players suspect, engagement-optimized matchmaking, EOMM. Officially, Call of Duty uses SBMM. On paper, this sounds great. You play against people around your skill level, matches are competitive and fair, everyone has fun. Except that's not what happens. What actually happens is you get one good game where you dominate, and then the next 5 games you get absolutely destroyed by players who are way above your skill level. Then you get another easy game, then 5 more impossible matches. It's a cycle. And it doesn't feel random, it feels engineered. The theory is that the game isn't trying to give you fair matches. It's trying to manipulate your emotions. Give you a high with an easy win so you feel good, then crush you with losses so you chase that high again. It's psychological manipulation designed to keep you playing longer, and maybe, just maybe, make you frustrated enough to buy that fancy operator skin, because at least that would make you feel better about getting stomped, right? One Steam reviewer described it perfectly. They feed you these skewed, unbalanced matches where one game you stomp, then the next few you're stomped. It's an effort to keep you engaged so that you'll continue playing and in turn buy from the in-game store. And here's the thing, The actual designer of SBMM admitted it's broken. Charlie Olson, at a DICE conference, said, "If you are trying to get better at the game, SBMM just rewards you with tougher opponents. I'd even say that SBMM punishes players for being good. That's unfair, and players are right to complain about it." The creator of the system admitted it punishes good players. That's incredible. That's like the inventor of the microwave saying, "Yeah, it doesn't actually heat food evenly, and also it might explode, sorry about that." Casual play doesn't exist anymore. You can't just boot up Call of Duty and chill. Every match is a sweat fest. Every match requires 100% focus or you go negative. Pro players like Karma, a 4-time world champion, said he lost every single game of Hardpoint for 6 hours one night. A professional player, a champion, couldn't win a single match for 6 hours. This isn't skill-based matchmaking. This is engagement optimization. This is the game playing you instead of you playing the game. The AI art controversy reaches Congress.
Users like Pirate Nation, who called out Black Ops 7 for using a large amount of AI-generated artwork, art style, which has become really popular in the generative AI space. Right here that he has 6 fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of backlash. Here's another Twitter user, Kume, saying almost every single campaign and endgame calling card in Black Ops 7 is like Grok AI-generated images. It is so insane.
Oh, and while all this is happening, Black Ops 7 got caught using AI-generated artwork. Players spotted 6-fingered hands on calling cards, AI artifacts everywhere, Studio Ghibli-style filters that screamed, "Made by algorithm." Activision confirmed it. They added a disclosure to the Steam page. "We use a variety of digital tools, including AI tools, to empower and support our teams." Cool, 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 cool. Translation? We fired the artists and replaced them with Midjourney. And this didn't just make players angry, it caught the attention of U.S. Representative Ro Khanna, who issued a public statement calling for regulations. "We need regulations that prevent companies from using AI to eliminate jobs to extract greater profits. A company replacing artists with AI is not much different than one that replaces truck drivers." This isn't a Reddit debate anymore. This reached Congress. A congressman is talking about Call of Duty's AI art. That's how far this has spread. And the cherry on top? Steam refunded one player who completed the entire campaign, citing undisclosed AI materials. That's potentially precedent-setting for the gaming industry. Battlefield 6, the ultimate burn. You know what the most insulting part of all this is? Battlefield 6. The gameplay reveal trailer for Black Ops 7 became one of the most disliked videos in Call of Duty history, 17% like-to-dislike ratio. And the top comment, with 40,000 likes, simply said, "This actually made me pre-order Battlefield 6. That's the ultimate burn. Your reveal trailer's top comment is people saying they're buying your competitor's game. YouTube comments were brutal. Best advertisement for Battlefield 6. From a COD player, thank you for making it easy to choose BF6. And, you know what? I think Medal of Honor should come back. Medal of Honor. People are asking for Medal of Honor to return. That franchise has been dead for over a decade. That's how bad things are, and the numbers back it up. Battlefield 6's open beta hit over 521,000 concurrent players on Steam. Black Ops 7 peaked at 84,000 at launch. Battlefield is beating Call of Duty in player counts. That hasn't happened in over a decade. Content creator Courage, who's huge in the COD community, summed it up. Black Ops 7 was the first COD game I didn't have an ounce of excitement for. The franchise has become so soulless because of greedy executives. The only word I can feel as a once avid player is that I felt disrespected. The corporate non-response. For their part, Activision has acknowledged the complaints. After the Black Ops 7 reveal, they put out a statement saying they would calibrate the operator skins according to player feedback. Calibrate. They're going to calibrate the skins. They're going to calibrate Beavis and Butthead. Cornholio status, calibrated. I don't even know what that means. It's one of those corporate non-statements where they say stuff like, "We're listening, we hear you, our ears are open, the words are coming out of your mouth, the sound waves are traveling towards our ears, they're entering our ear canals, it's vibrating our eardrums, which as you know are swirled tunnels with tiny hairs that pick up on vibrations." You get the idea. It's meaningless. It's just words. They're talking without saying anything. And maybe they'll tone it down a little in Black Ops 7. Maybe. But all the skins from Black Ops 6 carry over into Season 1, so Beavis and Butthead are here for at least that period of time. And with Black Ops 7's focus on cyberpunk and virtual reality, I feel like they're probably going to go further with the wacky skins, not pull back. A sci-fi setting means it's easier to justify whatever ridiculous nonsense they want to add. Can Call of Duty survive this? So after all of that, the unpausable campaign, the 70% player drop, the 1.7 out of 10 user score, the $800 in microtransactions, the SBMM manipulation, the AI art controversy, the congressional investigation, the Battlefield 6 exodus, the question is Call of Duty finally in trouble? And the honest answer is, I don't know. Maybe? Look, Call of Duty is a monolith. It's survived catastrophic launches before. Modern Warfare 3 was a mess. Vanguard was terrible. Black Ops 4 didn't even have a campaign, and the franchise kept going. It bounced back every time. It sold 500 million copies over 22 years. It dominates sales charts. It makes money hand over fist. But there's also a tipping point for everything. A lot of things seem permanent that aren't necessarily. And the community sentiment is shifting. This isn't just hardcore gamers complaining anymore. Casual players are fed up too. The Metacritic score isn't review bombing, it's genuine rejection. Maybe Battlefield 6 will humble the mighty Call of Duty this year. Maybe that could force a response. Or maybe not. It's honestly impossible to say. They're making so much money that our complaints might barely register. Remember, they're listening. They hear us. But listening and acting are two different things. Perhaps this year will be different. I'm not discounting the possibility, but I'm also not counting on it. With how things are going internally, Treyarch and Raven putting out 2 games in 2 years when these are supposed to have 3-year cycles. Modern Warfare 4 will probably get delayed again, and will somehow get Black Ops 8, and that'll make Modern Warfare 3 look like a masterpiece in comparison. Could be that all of this is unnecessary and things turn out fine. Could be that they don't. You're looking at Call of Duty. This is what $70 gets you. An unpausable campaign, cartoon characters, and a matchmaking system designed to psychologically manipulate you into buying $30 bundles. I still like Call of Duty, but that doesn't mean they're not long past due for a big decline if they don't understand that they're at a crossroads. If they don't turn things around, this could be where that decline starts. If anything's gonna do it, it's this. But also, I don't know if anything's gonna do it. What do you think, though? Is Black Ops 7 the breaking point, or is Call of Duty too big to fail? Leave us a comment, let us know. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every week. Best way to see them first is of course a subscription, so click that button, enable notifications, and as always, thank you very much for watching this video.